guest and the show named Gurseema's Gup-Shup. You must be wondering, who is the person whose story Gurseema gonna share today? Yes, once again, a beautiful lady, a beautiful soul. Samridhi is here. She's a writer, a poet, and a graphic designer, and much more to her identity and to her journey, which we'll be sharing. बहुत कुछ है और बहुत कुछ interesting भी है. First of all, very warm welcome, Samridhi.
Thank you for inviting me.
Pleasure is all mine. Samridhi, अगर हम शुरू करें कि यार समृद्धि अपने बारे में कुछ बताए. You talk about yourself, your family, और कुछ interesting बातें अपने बारे में as far as your identity is concerned. Please.
So I work as an independent graphic designer.
Okay, an independent graphic designer, and here in Amritsar town, right from the starting.
Yes, ma'am.
You're
born here, stayed here,
brought up here, and working also in Amritsar
yes,
town. Amritsar,
entirely in Amritsar.
So okay, and your schooling was
I have been a student of the senior study too.
Senior study too, which is her. Thank you so much because I have got such a beautiful guest over here. Okay, so you're schooling from senior study too, and then
I shifted to BBK DAV College for Women. I was there for 7 long years.
7 long years,
yes.
And the course you opted for was.
So, in grade 11-12, I opted humanities, and then I did my bachelor's in entertainment technology and then my master's in multimedia from the Department of Multimedia.
So, multimedia, and that's journalism also concerned, or only multimedia?
So, it's basically somehow related to journalism, but not entirely journalism.
No, but it's a multimedia.
Yes,
it is a world of the multimedia these days. So, how do you plan to get into this very stream? It was the inclination towards a certain, this very concept, or it was the effect of the peer group, or someone guided you. So, what was exactly?
So, when I was in class 11 and 12, तब ना नया Instagram join किया था.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
And I had been writing, and because I had humanities,
right,
and I had 2 subjects of English language, I was reading. I had taken up psychology also.
Psychology, okay.
तो वो भी पढ़ने वाला subject है, and there were a lot many.
पढ़ने वाली लड़की है, इससे ये पता चलता है.
तो फिर तब ना what happened was when I was in class 12 and I was almost near my boards. So I started getting insights and urges to write. I started getting ideas to write.
So that was something that cropped up from your, inner soul.
Yes,
you got that voice to write.
Exactly. So there was this inner voice that pushed me to write.
That triggered your thought process.
Yes, ma'am. I started with writing one-liner quotes, and मुझे बहुत मज़ा आता था कि मैं I would take up very beautiful backgrounds within the वो जो layman के लिए there are apps that let you type onto beautiful backgrounds.
And you
I started
so
with
you started writing thoughts. कुछ या कोई एक thought share कर लो please अपना. If you remember something, any of your thoughts.
It has been 7 to 8 years
that
I started with it.
You started with
The sad part is that we throw our compositions into oblivion, and it's difficult to recall what you write.
Exactly, I do agree. So सबसे पहले जो भी लिखा था वो किससे शेयर किया था?
I put it up on Instagram directly.
Insta. You are the lucky person. All the smart girls are, inclined towards you. You are so lucky. I would like to know something about your parents, or your, what sort of bond you share, what your parents are into. Come on, let's know.
So I belong to a business family.
Okay.
And we have been in Amritsar, and my mother is a homemaker.
Okay, and your dad? Good name of your dad?
Mr. Pankaj Rai Aneja.
Mr.
Pankaj Rai Aneja.
Okay. Mr. Pankaj, I would like to congratulate you that you are blessed with such a beautiful and adorable daughter.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. So your dad was into business. You have siblings?
Yes, ma'am. I have a younger brother. He's 3 years younger to me.
Okay. फिर पूरा उसके ऊपर hold है?
नहीं,
उल्टा
it's changing, मतलब धीरे धीरे, but because he is very protective and तो कभी कभी ऐसे मुझे लगता है कि शायद मैं छोटी बहन हूँ.
अच्छा, he's that protective towards
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
That's
Yes.
really nice. That's really sweet of him. So, पापा के साथ कुछ memorable moment if you remember while you were in your childhood days or in the schooling.
Okay, so both Papa and me, we have been fond of singing. So
Acha.
of course he sings better than I sing.
Okay.
But we were in the middle of March. We were traveling to Goa. This is very recent, 10 days ago.
Okay.
And Papa has been doing karaoke for 2-3 years. He practices at home whenever he has time.
Okay.
So, but that was my first Goa mein. It was my first karaoke.
That's really great.
So I didn't look at people, but I sang in front of, I think, I would say 25 to 30 people for the first time in my life.
Okay.
And
so what you sang? Come on, let's listen to you.
No.
Ho jai. Now at Gurseema's Gup-Shup, we would like to listen. Ho jai, please. Please, come on.
ठीक है जी. Right. I'll probably sing 2 lines because I am too shy with it.
It's okay, please.
So it's a Bollywood song.
Right.
I'll start. तुम हो पास मेरे, साथ मेरे हो तुम यूं, जितना महसूस करूं तुमको उतना ही पा भी लूं. Thank you.
It's very nice.
So that was
this some same interest with you between you and Dad.
Yes,
that always created a strong connectivity between both
ma'am.
of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then it's like your parents kind of connect you to the classic part of music.
Because
That's
it's the
good
roots of our
Yes,
culture. Classical
Yes, ma'am.
music is the roots of our culture.
Yes,
it's roots of our place, roots of our country, India.
Yes.
So you like to listen to classical music because classical music is something today's generation would not like to opt for it.
So it's like it's a balance. I would say कि कभी कभी तो मतलब यूजुअली आई प्ले इंग्लिश नंबर्स जो लेटेस्ट वाले.
Okay.
अडेल, अरियाना ग्रांडे, सेलेना गोमेज, टेलर
That's
स्विफ्ट.
nice.
But sometimes, especially when lately we heard the sad news of the demise of Lata Mangeshkar ji.
Okay.
उस time पे तो for an entire week I was relishing and indulging her songs. And then especially पुराने time के song lyrics, they are much more meaningful.
They are much more meaningful.
And they give us a lot of depth as poets also.
Very true.
Yes, ma'am.
Very true. So you listen to singing or the song world of music is one of your great passion.
Yes, ma'am. I have I don't know. I have somehow ended up creating memes also.
Okay. Could you please share something?
Okay. So I created this meme for Justin Bieber, जिसमें कि I showed कि Justin Bieber songs before
Okay.
and Justin Bieber songs now, because over the years, over
the years,
a decade, they have improved a lot.
Yes, more than a decade. How the singer has, whatever the
Yes,
changes and the.
Yes, ma'am. And then another meme was for Ariana Grande. Now what happens is कि Alexa, Amazon Alexa,
Okay.
the song of the name of the song is Point of View
Point of
or
view.
POV, right? However, Alexa pronounces it as POV.
Both.
So I had made a meme that how Ariana Grande was shocked to hear how Alexa is pronouncing the
Okay.
name of her song.
Okay.
So just simple, humble, light memes.
Would you? Anything else that you would like to share about this?
About the writing part.
Yes.
Okay. So
जब लिखते हो आप,
Yes,
when you
ma'am.
write something, is that you have some vision behind it or some examples nearby that trigger your thought process?
Certainly. So I have been a strong believer of the fact that I don't put my mind into writing.
Okay.
It's always a rush
spontaneously
and urge.
or the
Yes,
flow of
ma'am.
the thoughts that come.
Exactly.
I attended one of your, I'm interrupting one of your, launch of the book,
Thank you. Yes,
recently
ma'am.
happened.
Yes.
The bloody,
The red colored.
sorry, the red color bliss.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, the red color bliss. Now, I was very much, sir, the red color bliss is what? Why the bliss in the only in the red color? Why not? And yes, when I, was there and I got the book into my hands, I was really happy. Please share what this concept is all about. The
Right.
red color bliss.
So the red colored bliss is it has compositions from 39 Indian writers.
Okay.
And
Composition related to what?
compositions related to menstruation. So the book is basically the main idea behind wanting to compile this book was to put menstruation in a positive light.
In a positive light.
Yes, ma'am.
So this menstruation you try to, put, because this is something people don't talk about it.
Yes, ma'am. Certainly.
And you wrote a book with the compilation of different thought process into it. So while you were compiling this, you must have shared with your family that you were into this process.
Yes, ma'am.
So were they okay?
Yes, ma'am. In fact, right before I even thought of compiling this book,
Right.
I had been volunteering with an organization, and the name of the organization is called Kadam.
Kadam.
And we were visiting government schools, and we were
Right.
addressing school children,
School children.
both boys and girls, and we were letting them know about menstrual hygiene,
So
menstrual
was
taboos.
it while you attended the government schools and you were talking about the menstruation period and all these things, was it that the school management were okay with that, because both the genders were sitting over there, and especially in rural Punjab, it's a government schools, we have the rural stuff more. So
Yes,
were they
ma'am.
okay with it? Was it that they allowed, or they, somewhat they try to hold you back, you don't talk about this, you talk
Yes,
less
ma'am.
about it?
So, fortunately, we have had the support of the Deputy Commissioner of Amritsar. So, he was permitting us to visit the
To
government
visit.
schools.
That's really nice.
And, but we were not allowed to address girls and boys together.
Together.
So, boys were being addressed
So
separately.
you, while you addressed the boys regarding this, so I because they were from the, they are from the government schools and the rural Punjab. So how you felt? That must be a totally different world for them here. I can imagine.
Yes, ma'am.
So how you handled it? Were you able to convey your thing to them?
Yes, ma'am. When we began with it years back, we were also scared. We were
When you
anxious.
started, it was started when?
I think a year before lockdown. I think it has been 3 to 4 years. I
3
was
to 4
pursuing
years.
my masters back then.
Okay, so approx we can say 3 to 4 years back
3
you
to 4
started
years
with
back.
this. And how many members have been connected to this very process of yours?
So right now in the Amritsar chapter we have about 30 volunteers, and we have male volunteers also.
Okay, in that 30, in the group of the 30, you have the male volunteers also. And this is not Amritsar based, outside also?
So Kadam has chapters in Chennai also,
Okay.
in Mumbai also,
Mumbai
in
also.
Delhi also.
In Delhi also. And here in Amritsar, you are the part of this very session
Of
and
the
you-
Amritsar chapter.
of the Amritsar chapter. So when you went to the government schools, because I just can't imagine that boys will be like a girl talking about this. Either they'll be laughing, either they'll be trying to create a mess. So what exactly happened?
So what happens is that we were also surprised. Like I said, we were anxious before when we began with it, but
Right.
there's a positive change, Seema ma'am, that young boys from classes 8 to 10,
Right.
they are also curious, they are also concerned.
Curiosity I can understand, because
Yes,
they
ma'am.
want to know what exactly is happening
Yes, ma'am.
with the girls, why the girls are, especially with all that things with the sanitary napkins, what exactly, the advertisements of the sanitary napkins and what exactly is going on. So, yes, but then you were able to convey the things, you were able to educate them.
Yes, ma'am. So when we are addressing boys, we have male volunteers also.
Okay.
And before we
So that
start,
way we have, created a balance.
yes, ma'am. And when we start, we do an ice-breaking session with them first. Like
Okay.
we don't directly start with the word period. We bring them up to the word period gradually.
Gradually.
Right. And school boys have come up to us. They have seriously asked questions with a lot of
Seriously?
concern. Yes, ma'am. So that has been a positive
if
change.
it is a true story, then I'm surprised because I always feel that the boys from this rural areas or the rural stuff I'm talking about, they are either a bit rogue, right, sort of that badmashi type behavior. So I was surprised a young girl like you could manage it, to convey your concept, or they could listen to it. So that was my
Yes,
concern.
ma'am. So, there are all kinds of students. No doubt there are those who laugh upon it, but there were serious
certain who
ones
actually lend their ears to whatever you were
Yes,
speaking.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you are happy doing with this stuff, whatever.
Yes, ma'am. In fact, when I was teaching grade 6, 7, 8 students for
Right.
the senior study too, I was teaching for about 5 months.
Okay.
And because it was lockdown, we were teaching online.
Okay.
And 28th May is celebrated as World Menstrual Hygiene Day.
Right.
So I introduced the 8th graders to that day.
Okay.
Right in the online class.
Right, online class.
I was anxious because there are parents also along
That was
with
my
them.
question. Ki parents,
Yes,
is it not that ki? I agree that now tutors or the teachers, they are into it, principals are into it because they feel that this is a part of the education. But then the parents, to some extent, they're always reluctant.
Yes, ma'am.
Because that is not type of the world they were into while that time, and they are at present also, they are not connected to it because they are not the tutors, they are not
Yes,
the teachers, they don't find it as a part of the education. So how they reacted?
So I was very, very glad that I asked them if they had seen this Bollywood movie called Padman, and even my boy students, they reacted that they had seen the movie, and I told them, go celebrate today's day, go watch the movie, and let me know how you liked it tomorrow. And none of the boy students laughed. And they reacted.
So
they told me that they had
we
seen.
can say that yes, the boys are being sensitive to this very concept of the girls.
Yes, ma'am.
Now they are being educated, and
Yes,
and it's better that our country is being into
Yes,
this
ma'am.
change, undergoing this change.
I think the root of the menstrual stigma, like it lies on the mother also.
Okay.
The mother not stopping her children from talking about it.
Talking about, see,
About being open about
an open discussion. It's never an open discussion. It's never that you're having a cup of tea and then you can talk about it. Okay, there is no need to talk about it until and unless there is an issue.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
But then, if in case there is an issue, there is a if let's say daughter is going through it, if some task has been asked, she can't easily express to the male members okay,
So,
I can't do this,
what
I
happens
can't go.
is she can express. Now, because my mother never stopped me from using the word period openly in my family, even in front of the men
Okay.
in the house, it's all destigmatized at my place.
That's because
My mother never stopped me. So the responsibility somehow lies on the shoulders of the mother.
Of the mother.
It is the mother who because when children are young, when they are 9, 10, 11, that is the age when they are introduced to the concept of periods.
Periods, right?
So if the mother is not stopping her child, right, they will grow up to be adults who can openly talk about it without any inhibition.
I would like to quote, because while talking to her, kabhi kabhi kuch yaad aa jata
Yes,
hai.
ma'am.
So I just remember a conversation while I was having with Dr. Jasprit Chachi from Chachi Hospital of Amritsar, a renowned hospital. And she was saying that, she said, I went to the chemist and I said, I need one packet of the sanitary napkins. She mentioned the brand. And she said that the chemist was bewildered, holding that packet in the hand. He was looking here and there. Then because he couldn't get the black polythene, and then he got the transi polythene. And then few men were there, few men arrived at the time to take some medicines. And by the time, he said, ma'am, under the table. And Dr. Sahab said,
As if it is
as if
drugs.
some drug consignment you're giving to me. Come
Yes,
on.
ma'am.
So even he was, surprised what to do.
Yes.
So then again he said, so this is what, now this was the concept why I mentioned the name of this lady doctor, because she made an effort to talk about it openly.
Yes, ma'am.
And even the men folk around her, and this is quite right. So this is how you break, that fears.
Yes, ma'am, certainly.
And you feel that it is genuine, yeah. It is genuine. If you need to go and get the croissant, if you are not well, if it is genuine, then this sanitary napkins is again a genuine thing. It's something which is needed.
Yes, ma'am. Bilkul.
So I hope that your generation the present generation gonna actually make a change.
No, ma'am, there is a change.
The change
There is a
happening.
positive.
There is a positive
Yes,
change.
ma'am.
Okay. शादी के बारे में क्या plans? She's
no,
blushing.
no, I mean, I haven't found anyone as yet.
So it's that always in the mind ki whatever parents will say, you will get into arranged marriage, or you would like to opt for your some own choices. What you think? Because now you are at that very age. Now you are at that very stage when you can talk about it, please.
So I believe wedding is all about destiny.
Destiny.
So
okay. So that's what our parents say. Ki,
yes, ma'am.
It's always designed in the heaven and it happens on the earth.
And also because my family believes in the Kundli concept.
Okay.
So it is destiny.
It is destiny. So you are waiting when the destiny gonna knock.
Yes, ma'am.
You are waiting. Isn't that somewhat you feel you will be you want in Amritsar or out of Amritsar or no such?
So it is a little intimidating and overwhelming when you think that you will be married to some other city.
Because yes, Amritsar it's in our heart. We can't.
Yes, and the fact that I have been in Amritsar for 25 long years of my life.
Long years of your life, and you've been studying. Your so many memories of it. You want, if a smart, see whosoever is watching Gurseema's Gup-Shup, you can say a desirable match is always welcome. You can always speak to her through Gurseema's Gup-Shup. Okay, Samridhi, now this whatever is happening these days, that whatever जैसे चल रहा है आजकल lockdown हुआ, trends change हुए हैं. There are so many trends that have been changed. Do you follow any particular trends while your attire is concerned? Yeah, in general your thought process is concerned. या वो होता है ना peer group का pressure, ऐसे नहीं यार ऐसे. So what?
So what happens is कि I believe in not following trends. मतलब
you don't follow you are not the trend follower.
No, whenever we go shopping also I am always like कि ज़रूरी नहीं है कि it has to be trending. It just has to suit my body type, my skin color.
Your
So
personality.
it necessarily need not be trendy.
Okay. So because आजकल वो बहुत ज़्यादा pressure है कि this is in trend. So trendy, मतलब the person is trendy, it means yes, that person is apt. So you don't believe in that, and I feel it's a good thing because
yes, ma'am.
She could be the real percentage regarding what I asked about. I got this person. Otherwise, yes, everyone says yes, ma'am. We are the trends. आजकल ऐसा नहीं क्योंकि trends नहीं है. Trends, it is in, it is in, it is out, it is in, it is out.
Yes,
so you don't go into all this, right? Okay, Samridhi, अगर आपसे पूछा जाए ये beautiful dream, अगर अभी बोला जाए कि beautiful dream, तो what would be that?
To be famous as a poet.
As a poet.
Yes, ma'am.
So you want? I am fond of poetry. My viewers know that. Though I'm not that good poet, but I'm so happy that today I am interviewing a poetess, and she's so pretty, so adorable.
Thank you.
And we'll be surely sharing the poetry, her poetry with you. So that is the वो कहते हैं ना एक ultimate सिरा की ultimate. So that's what you want to be.
Yes, ma'am.
A world famous, renowned poetess.
Yes, ma'am. Even if not world famous, someone who's at least known in northern India.
In northern India, people should know you. That's
the minimum benchmark for now.
That is it, and that's really good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so any particular message before we wind up with this show that you would like to share?
Okay, so because we are talking about poetry right now,
yes,
I would say to anybody who composes poetry, I would say that try to put out your first drafts, and try not putting your mind a lot into it.
So try to put your thoughts, try to put your soul
Yes, ma'am.
and not the
And
mind.
yes, because I believe when you edit poetry a lot, it becomes a lot mechanical.
It becomes a lot mechanical. Yes.
So I have been following this that my final draft of any poem is usually the second draft. So I don't edit much.
You don't edit. Neither you ask someone to go through it. Whether there is certain things. So it's like
I check. I read for grammatical errors. I
You
read for
read for the-
punctuation, but I don't put a lot of mind into it.
So that's what.
I believe that if you
Because
write.
original whatever creation is, that is what comes the first.
Yes,
from your heart.
exactly, ma'am.
So we'll be sharing the poetry also with you, and it was really awesome to have really nice Gup-Shup with you. Thank you, Samridhi, for being here at the show, at the set of Gurseema's Gup-Shup, and do watch her beautiful pictures as well as her composition in this very episode. And till the next show, till the next episode with the new guest and new face, Gurseema will be back with you, for you, with this concept of Gurseema's Gup-Shup. Till then, take care.